Have you ever been to a city for just one day? I hadn't, and San Francisco is a city I've really wanted to explore. Travel nursing has opened up so many doors and opportunities that I could have never imagined. Come along with me for a day in the life of a travel nurse and part-time content creator. One of the best parts of travel nursing is the opportunity to say yes to so many different opportunities when they come up. So when I heard that there was an option to head to San Francisco for one day and I was going to be able to squeeze it in between all of my finals for grad school, I was so excited to say yes. Just landed in San Francisco, and the owner of the Airbnb said that I can drop off my backpack at 12 instead of 3. It's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to wait for a few minutes and I'm going to try to take public transportation. I like trying to take public transportation even in places where I haven't really spent a lot of time, so let's try that out. It doesn't look like it, but that is so steep. Oh my gosh. Definitely gonna get a workout in today just walking around San Francisco, or SF. Getting to my Airbnb is like Stairmaster. Okay. I'm sweating. Okay, so hair is going up. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, and I had never been alone. I got married when I was 20. I got married super young. I had always been around other people, and I had legitimately never been alone in my life, like ever. So my first travel nursing assignment was in LA County in 2020. I stayed in a cheap extended stay America hotel. I was really lonely. I was dealing with all of the struggles of working as a pandemic ICU nurse. And this is also the same time that I started making TikToks. And around this time, October of 2020, was my first time that I had ever been alone in my life. I discovered some things about myself during that first 6-month travel contract in LA County in the peak of the pandemic. The first thing I learned is that I don't hate my own company and that it's not so scary being alone. The second thing I learned is to trust myself to figure out hard things. And I had a couple of hard things happen. I had a housing disaster, delayed start date, financial stress from working in the middle of a pandemic, and all other obstacles. But I figured out that I'm gonna learn how to figure it out and that I can cross bridges when I get to them, and I learned to trust myself. And one of the last things I learned is that I am flexible and that I need to stay flexible in order to make sure that I'm gonna have a good time and that I'm going to do a really good job. To give myself a little bit of grace, I was working a 60-hour contract in peak COVID, so I was dealing with a lot of other mental health stuff at the time and just kind of keeping my head above water. But I do wish that I explored more of California when I was on my first travel nurse assignment alone. So now I try to look ahead and plan things to do when I'm going to explore a new city. So I now use Google Docs and I write down a bunch of different places to visit, including restaurants, sightseeing, things to do, places I would like to go, and I made one for SF. This one includes the addresses and the timing for where to go for everything. I'll have a free download of that for anyone who also wants to explore San Francisco in the same way that I did. That'll be in the description down below. Today, I'm actually in San Francisco, or SF, to do a photo shoot with a travel nursing company, which is insane because I have never done a photo shoot before, so that's gonna be really, really fun. And I'm also going to meet up with a couple of my travel nursing friends who I've met through the internet. I've met a couple of other content creators who are awesome. They happen to be in SF, so we're gonna meet up later. But in the meantime, I'm taking myself out on a date and I have a couple of fun things planned. And I'm hungry, but I just wanted to drop off my backpack. I thought that I was ordering just one dumpling and one of the sesame rolls, but we got 3 and 3, and I did just finish eating sushi. So I don't want to be rude, but I'm not going to be able to eat all of the food. And it also came with this whole soup, which is amazing. So I'm going to eat a couple bites and see what I can. I also got a boba, but I ordered too much food. I missed the window for the bike rental, so I did end up walking to the Golden Gate Bridge. And by the time I was finished at Golden Gate, I had about 2 hours to get back to dinner at Pier 39 with my friends. So I decided to walk back. That was going to be another 4 miles all the way back over there. I never thought that making TikToks and learning how to connect with other people online would lead to some of these crazy opportunities. So here I am 2 years later with some amazing opportunities to partner with really cool brands that help nurses and empower the nursing community. When their team reached out about a week ago and asked if I could make it for a photo shoot, I knew I had to jump at the opportunity, and I hopped on a plane to head out here to meet their incredible team for the first time and to do my first ever in real life photo shoot. It was such a cool and crazy experience. I was super nervous to do a professional photo shoot. I've never worked with a professional production team, with a professional photography team, a professional videography team, or a makeup artist. All of this was really at a scale that was a little bit intimidating and kind of overwhelming. It was a really humbling experience going into it. I didn't necessarily feel like I belonged, but I tried to kind of frame it from a way of, this is a really cool opportunity. And I tried to just kind of get into the mindset of enjoying the moment. I was listening to a bunch of tips from my friend Lindsay, and she is another travel nurse who you probably know of. She's awesome. She's also a full-time model. So she was sending me her tips about how to move around on set and how to take pictures with the team. And I was able to get into a mindset of just like enjoy the moment and be present in the moment and kind of try to feed off of the energy in the room. And it ended up being such a really cool experience. And I was really, really grateful for the opportunity to work with a team of professionals like this. And it really gave me an appreciation for all of the hard work that people in photography, videography, the professional editing team, that's a whole separate world. That's something that is way higher tech than me just talking to a camera with a little ring light in my room. So it ended up being such a fun time. The energy in the room was great. Working with all of the other content creators in this room was so much fun. It was so fun to meet all of my friends who I've met online, but it was so fun to meet them in real life for the first time. And it ended up being this crazy, humbling, but also really, really fun experience. If you're questioning whether or not you should look into travel nursing, I say that you should do it. It is such a cool job that allows you to explore so many different parts of the country, to make really cool friends, and to have some really awesome experiences while you're giving back to your community. I'm gonna have the link in the description below for you to check out Vivian so you can see all of the different jobs that are available on the market and compare the compensation packages and the locations that are really good for you. I also have videos about my experience as a graduate student. I'm in CRNA school, I'm a first year SRNA, and I have a bunch of education about things that I'm doing while I'm a grad student and while I'm still working part-time and per diem. So check out that playlist next, and please comment what you would like to talk about next time, where you would like to travel nurse, a couple of cities that you would like to explore. And I also want to thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next time. Bye.